Yes, what is going on? I'm Nick Harkson. I'm here with Touchdown Detroit Lions over here on Syndicate Sports Detroit. How's everybody doing? I'm going to let you get in here real quick. It's a Tuesday afternoon out here, and it's a nicer day, so I'm not too mad about it. But yeah, I'm going to let some people get in here before we get started. We didn't have a ton of stuff happen over the week, but some things definitely happened. So we're going to talk about that, and we'll get into some things, but I'm going to let some more people get in here first. But yeah, how you guys doing? Say what's up in the comments if you're here. Let me know how you feeling. But yeah, we got some Lions news. Like I said, little bit of a slower week. But, I don't know if any of you guys started. I'll talk about some news that's not so significant, but to me, maybe it kind of is. I don't know if anybody saw, but today the Lions had a couple of their players live streaming from the facility playing video games. They were playing 2K, and I believe it was C.J. Gardner-Johnson and David Montgomery. They were playing 2K. Montgomery was in his Heat jersey. CJ was in his Boston jersey. CJ was doing work on Montgomery. But anyways, the point to all of this is that, I think it speaks a lot of this regime. Because, if Patricia would have seen this, or this would have never even been close to happening under Patricia, he would have seen a video game console and he would have thrown it against the wall. He would have traded away CJ and David Montgomery, even though we just picked him up. So... So, yeah, I think it speaks a lot because when you look in, these guys are having fun. And not only are they having fun, they're building a great thing over here. We're on the rise. Hopefully we can continue to be on the rise once the season starts. But, just when you look in from the outside perspective as a player or someone who's about to be drafted, you see the Lions doing good things, and then you see them playing video games, live streaming, and you want to come there because not only are they doing work, but they're having fun with it. And, of course, you got to stay focused at the task at hand out there on the field. But if you're not having fun, then you're probably not playing your best game, and you're probably going to hate to show up every day. So I'm glad that, it is a job here in the NFL, but I'm glad that the Lions organization and, Dan Campbell and those guys let these guys have fun afterwards. Work hard, play hard. But, as long as they're not getting in too much trouble or anything, but video games are harmless to me. And I think that it is cool that they let them do a little live stream today. Speaks volumes to me. You can see the difference between Patricia when he was here. He wanted to be a general. He broke the ping pong table and got rid of it. And nobody cared for him. He got out of there quick. Dan Campbell brought the ping pong table back. Now they're playing video games, streaming on live. So they're having fun. I think it. You get guys. He's a player's coach. He knows what the players like. He knows what they want. You get guys to go to battle with you or for you, then or with you. Then you got a good thing going on there, and I think part of that is, making sure that the players are happy while they're there. So I think it was cool that they let them do that because that does not normally happen. All right, but we're gonna get into some other news. The NFL has approved of a few new rules, and let's talk about them. The NFL just approved of a new rule that is going to let them flex games in and out of Thursday night football. Now, I personally don't like this, and this is what they're saying. The NFL just approved yesterday a new rule that proposed it will allow the league to flex games in and out of Thursday night football for the 2023 season. Under the proposal, the NFL may choose to move no more than 2 games between Week 13 and Week 17 to the Thursday night spot, provided they do so with 28 days' notice. The rules required 24 out of 32 teams to approve the change, and that's exactly the amount of votes that it got. Shout out to Pride of Detroit for this article. But the Lions were one of 8 teams that voted against this new rule. I'm glad that we voted against it. I don't like Thursday night football. I don't like more games, and the Lions got 3 Thursday games this year. Now, the first one, of course, first game of the season, doesn't make a big difference. We're just starting things off. We're starting a little earlier than everybody. It doesn't really, affect us too much having that first Thursday game. But then, of course, we play Thanksgiving every year, and we got a Thursday night game against the Packers this year as well. Those are short weeks. We're not coming off the bye. If there's a Thursday night game, I would hope that they have the teams that are going to play the Thursday night game coming off a bye. That would make it a little bit more, fair, I guess, because they'd have more recovery time. And but there is the argument too. After you play that Thursday, you have more time to recover the next week. But building up to that Thursday night game has gotta be brutal, So I don't know. And then they have another rule that they implied, which was a kicking rule, which they're trying to make the league more safe. Which I'll be short on this one because I don't like this either. It's kind of like college. Well, it is like college. You can fair catch the football anywhere on the field on the kickoff now, and you get the ball at the 25-yard line. So if you want to catch it at the 2-yard line, you fair catch it, you get it at the 25 automatically. They're trying to be more safe, but it's kind of hypocritical with adding more Thursday night games because that is not enough recovery time. So you say you care about the players, you say you care about their safety, all this, all that. Well, then don't add more Thursday night football games because they're not going to recover in time unless they're coming off a bye week, of course. And that's when I think it would be okay. But I don't think they're going to do that because, Lions have 2 Thursday night games, like I said, and those are both not coming off the bye. So there's that. Well, we have 3 Thursday games, but the first one is the first game of the season, as we all know. But yeah, so I'm glad that the Lions did vote against that, but unfortunately the vote did not matter enough. I think it's kind of more of a money move. Amazon, they got the Thursday night football now. They want more people to tune in, make it more worth their subscription, I guess. But yeah, just come on. Don't if you want to make the players safe, then, go across the board all the way, not just let's change the kickoffs, which They are a little dangerous, I guess, but they've been a part of the game forever. Everybody loves football. We all love to see big hits. I know that these guys get CTE, so, we got to think about them too. But, let's think all across the board for safety if we're going to imply new rules for safety, okay? All right. All right. The Lions did, however, get a rule approved in their favor that they proposed. They proposed for the emergency third quarterback, and they didn't want a roster spot to be taken for this. Well, they got the third emergency quarterback, but this is how it works. The third quarterback has to be a part of the 53-man roster, but this is where the rule benefits, okay? So out of the 53-man roster, 46 of them can dress each week. Well, now they're allowing a +1 or a 47th man, but that +1 or 47th has to be the third emergency quarterback. Somebody's going to get bumped off the 53-man roster due to another quarterback. But if you were like the Niners last year in the playoffs, you might want that emergency third quarterback. So, I think it's good that it got passed. Dan Campbell even said that. He spoke about that when they asked him about the rule and why they proposed it. He said it came down to basically he was watching the Niners game. Purdy got hurt, and then they were warming up. McCaffrey, who was having to come in, and he said, if that were to happen to us, we don't want that to happen to us is basically what he said. And so, getting that rule in there makes a big difference. So I'm glad it's there. Way to go, Lions. Way to get another rule changed in your favor. This time it wasn't for anything that, happened to us, thankfully. But there have been so many rules changed for things that have happened to us. You guys probably know about this. And sometimes things have not been changed for things that happened to us. They're just like, oh, whatever. We made the mistake. Live with it. You guys are the Lions. Well, screw that. We're coming to take out the teams and beat the refs. We're like that now. All right? Okay. All right. Let's see here. So OTAs started this week. And yo, what's up? I'm gonna say what's up to everybody in the chat real quick while we're here. John Peterson, go Lions. Hatter's House, yo, what's up, man? Mary Peterson, how are you doing? Braylon Dennis, what's up? Lions Fan Express, what up, no? Hawks Dan, what's up? I love saying what's up to you guys. I'm glad you guys are in here. I'm having a good time. If you guys have any questions for me, please let me know. You know, this is a little bit more of dull time here in the off season. Like I'm getting into something right now though that started this week, OTAs, and that stands for organized team activities. And this is basically the Lions get to start practicing without putting on the pads, and there's not really too much contact at all. But a lot of exciting stuff happens. The rookies now get to get in there with the veterans, get to see how they work with them. Just get some reps with them, not non-pad wise, and and I'm really excited to see our new secondary out there working. We're not going to see too much until I think Thursday is when they let the media go out there. But I do have something that I will show you right now that has to do with OTAs, and this was a video that the Lions posted on Twitter. I might, get flagged for this, but I'm going to show it anyway. It's got no sound. And yeah, so basically, the guys are showing up to OTAs. There we got Jared Goff. I'm just kidding. Jared Goff. We all know that. Looks like Jerry Jacobs there. Taylor Decker. And we got Joshy Reynolds. It's just good to see the guys back out here. This has got me pumped. If you haven't seen this yet, this might get you excited too. This is probably my third or fourth time watching it. There's Hutch right there. I always get pumped when I see Hutch. I think he's going to have hopefully he has an even better year than last year. And I think this will be his true breakout year. But yeah, Amon-Ra, Montgomery. We're going to get into the OTAs and the draft picks here. John Peterson, I will talk exactly what you're talking about. There's Monty right there with a little wave. Oh, look at who we got. We got the man J-Mo. Even though he's suspended, he showed up to OTAs. He's right there, number 9. That's big. I'll touch on that a little bit more. And then, of course, my guy Tracy Walker right there. Great to see him back out there, with a helmet. He's going to put in work. Look at him. He's jogging out there. Achilles looking great. And we got C.J. Gardner-Johnson, new addition. Love to see it. This has just got me hyped. Oh, I can't forget about the boy Marvin Jones. And then, of course, rookies Branch and Laporta. And the man Dan Campbell. We're going to end it on there. All right, so there was a little hype video there for you for the guys showing up to OTAs. Like I said, the media, like all the rest of the press, can't really be there till Thursday. So we don't know who's not shown up yet. Maybe that news is coming across right now and I'm not seeing it. But, yeah, so it's good, though, to see Jameson Williams out there in particular. He's got the 6-game suspension. A lot of people weren't happy with some of the social media posts that he's been posting since he got suspended. He has posted some workout videos, but he's had some controversial ones, where he's been in the casino after that, watching fights. Just doing other things that people might not have. It's not anything bad in my opinion, but just they want to see more workout videos and him being more serious. Well, I think this shows a much more serious side to him and that he's focused. He wants to get back out there. I think that it was a dumb young mistake. I don't think that he'll make it again. He really needs to realize, and I hope that his agent or somebody gets in his ear, Marvin Jones, somebody get in his ear and let him know that this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It doesn't matter how much talent you got. I mean, sometimes it does, but we've seen so much talent wasted in the past. And I would hate to see that with Jameson Williams because he's a freak of nature when it comes to speed and his agility. I mean, the guy, his potential is out of this world. And if he could just get focused like it shows right here, and maybe he is more focused than everybody thinks, but his actions so far haven't proven so. So just to see him out there at OTAs is a great thing. It's a positive thing. I still want him to appeal and maybe get that 6 moved down to 4. But I think when he comes back, it's going to be the offense is going to be even more explosive. But, I think this is big time news right here. Seeing him out here, because if he wasn't there today, I know some people were going to go in on him like big time. So, great to see him out there working with the guys, even though you're suspended. Show that you care. Show that you're there for the team. When it comes week 6, you're going to be ready to go. And, we're here for work. So good on you, JMO. Love to see you out there, even though you won't be there for the start of the season. All right. All right. Let's get into some more stuff. And speaking of JMO, this is the first time that he actually gets to do the OTAs because last year was hurt. So it's good for him to actually be there and utilizing this because he missed that all year last year. And not just him, but Pascal, the tight end Mitchell. I can't pronounce his name. Ozukwori. I don't know. The D end who's been hurt for the last 2 years. Not D end, the D tackle out of Washington. But it'll be good. I don't even know if he'll be there, but I know JMO, Pascal, Mitchell, those guys who didn't get OTAs or any of that offseason work last year due to injury. It's good for them to be out there right now, and I'm excited to see, not only rookies, but the second-year guys, especially the guys who didn't get the work last year, what they can do here in the offseason and just how much more they can progress getting into the beginning of the season now, because it seems like when we work with these guys during the season, they get much better. So to have a full offseason with them will be good for us. All right. But yeah, like I said, OTAs, won't know much about who's not there till Thursday, but this is basically what the OTAs consist of. They do a bunch of little drills. They can do 7-on-7s, 9-on-7s, 11-on-11s. So the defense and offense can work together, work against each other, really get some looks. Of course, it's not pads, nothing like that, no contact, but it is something. And, to see the new secondary against our offense is something I'm very interested in. I wish I was there right now, or wish I was there today. Wish I could be there tomorrow. I don't have the credentials to be there even when the media can be there on Thursday. So, unfortunately, that I won't have any video for you guys or the firsthand look in there. But we should know more about it all later in the week, maybe even sooner, as soon as today or tomorrow, if some guys give some inside scoop. But yeah, let's talk some rookies since we're talking the OTAs. They got Jack Campbell signed today. John Peterson asked that any draft picks signed, and I think that we have 5 out of the 3, or 5 out of 3. Sorry, 5 signed. We have 3 left to go, and I believe that is the 3 left to go are Jahmyr Gibbs, Laporta, and is it Branch? I'm not sure who the third one is off the top of my head right now, and I don't have it right here. But I know that Jahmyr Gibbs and Laporta, that's coming soon. They'll get them done, but there's only 3 left. Jack Campbell got the deal done today, so that is good news. But let's talk Sam Laporta, who isn't signed yet, and it will be soon. He had some more praise this week, but from a top all-pro tight end who is a former Hawkeye just like Laporta, and I'm talking about 49ers tight end, George Kittle. This is what he had to say about Sam Laporta. He said, just watching him work out, the way he moves, he's got great forward lean, great bursts out of his breaks, great hands, and he's eager too. Sam's going to be just fine. He's going to make some big plays this year. All right. I love it. I love hearing it from Kittle. I like Kittle. I'm not a 49ers fan by any means, not even close, but I like George Kittle. And I think that words from an all-pro tight end to a younger tight end, watching his tape even, I know that they're former Iowa guys, so of course he's going to watch the younger Iowa guy because he's watching the Iowa games. But to say that about this guy coming from an all-pro speaks volumes to me, and I'm excited to see what Laporta can do. I said this last week, and I stick to my story. Simpson. No. I believe that Laporta is going to be better for us than Hawkinson was, and I loved Hawkinson. I'm an Iowa fan. I've said this before. I loved Hawk at Iowa. I love Laporta at Iowa, but this is why I think that Laporta will be better than Hawk for us. Now, Hawk was a top 10 pick. He deserved it. A lot of people questioned that when it happened. He's going to ball out in Minnesota. It's no question. We didn't utilize tight ends as well when we had them. But I think that that's all going to change because we used Brock Wright and, Zylstra really well last year after Hawk was gone. But anyways, Hawkinson had a better offense at Iowa. I mean, the guy was a force, but he had a much better QB, just a better offense, the same coordinator, which was unfortunate. But Laporta had a terrible offense at Iowa. I mean, one of the worst that I've ever watched. And I would have to turn off games. But the only thing that I would watch the offense for was pretty much Laporta. When, he would extend plays. He would catch some crazy catches on third down, like I've said. I mean, Petrus was so bad, but Laporta made him look good in some instances. And that was the reason why Iowa would win some games, because Laporta was there on third down, would extend the drives, would break tackles. The guy was just a beast. And I think with, a more consistent, a better quarterback, a better offense, just weapons all around him, he's going to shine. And I hope that they use him correctly. I think that they will. Dan Campbell, former tight end himself, I just think it's going to work out better. This is the guy that Dan Campbell drafted. I know Hawkinson, he liked him a lot. We all did. I liked Hawk. But this is Dan Campbell's guy. He drafted him. He's going to see what he can do with him. And like I said, I mentioned this guy earlier too. Don't forget about Mitchell. I think Mitchell will have a better year this year. He was coming off of injury. He had a great college career. So those two at tight end, I think we got a good thing, and we still got Zylstra and Brock Wright. So the tight end group is looking great. But I do think that Laporta is going to do a little bit better than Hawkinson for us, if not a lot better. But yeah, just where I stand on that. Another rookie I want to talk about is our first overall pick of this draft, and that's Jahmyr Gibbs. And okay, hold on. Before I talk about Jahmyr Gibbs, I want to talk about brand new. You watched the game? Yeah, so I talked about that at the beginning of the episode. And for those who don't know, I'll touch on this real quick. I just think it's great that the Lions the organization is letting these players stream gaming. They're streaming live on Twitch and YouTube from the Lions account. And they're playing video games. They're having fun. Patricia would have threw a fit. He would have thrown the council against the wall. He would have traded these two guys away. Speaks volumes of the organization. We're busting heads, but we're also having fun. So I loved it. Saw that earlier. Talked about it earlier. But yeah, let's talk about Jahmyr Gibbs. I saw some video of him. If you guys didn't, and I didn't download it to show you guys today, but you can go find it yourself. And Pride of Detroit posted a video of it if you haven't seen, but he was out there doing a little workout or whatever for, I think it was Panini, for their rookie football cards. And he was making some cuts. He was catching the ball. He was jumping, he was jogging around, but he was cutting back and forth on both ankles. Didn't look like the ankle was bothering him at all. Wasn't favoring it at all. So if anybody had any concerns, I think we can, flush that down the toilet. He's looking fine. I'm not concerned. I was a little concerned last week, but I think this truly shows that they were just playing it cautious with him. Probably just saw a little something. They're like, hey, just sit out. We know you're good. We don't need you to risk anything today. We're going to get this turf fixed real quick for you, Jahmyr Gibbs. No, I don't know if they did the turf, but I doubt it. But anyways, I think they were just being cautious, and that video really showed that he's out there. He's back. He wasn't going 100%, but he definitely wasn't, showing any grimace. He wasn't favoring it at all. He was going off of both legs, both ankles, both feet. So, he looks good. I think Gibbs is going to be an absolute beast for this team. And if for some reason he did get hurt, or even if he doesn't, I want to talk about another running back, a rookie who we picked up. And I've been talking about him. I've been raving about this guy, and I can't believe he was undrafted, but I'm getting more insight to why he wasn't. But Mohamed Ibrahim out of Minnesota, another running back. I think him, Gibbs, and Montgomery are just going to be a three-headed monster. I think that running back room, I think he makes the 53-man roster, first of all. I know that, he's going to be competing with Craig Reynolds, Jamar Jefferson. But I truly believe that Mohamed Ibrahim out of Minnesota is going to make this team. He broke records at Minnesota. I think the only reason why he didn't get drafted is because in 2021 he tore his Achilles, so there's a little scare there. And he had 320 carries for him his last year. But, he ran for 20 touchdowns, and I think it was like 1,600 some yards. But, the guy is an absolute beast. He had a ton of carries. He had a big workload there. So there is concern with him moving forward that way, his longevity in the league. But running backs, you kind of draft them, you use them, and you get rid of them nowadays anyways. So to get him in his early years, I think is a great move. I think he's got a nose for the end zone. He's kind of going to be that. I think he's going to be that new Jamal, maybe. I know Montgomery's expected to be there, but this guy, I'm telling you, 20 touchdowns in his last year there at Minnesota, pretty impressive. So I think he definitely makes the 53-man roster, and I think that running back room is going to be one of the best in the league, if not the best. And I even see this down here. Gibbs going to lead the lead in rushing yards. That is a bold statement, Braylon, but I love it, and I hope that it does happen. I think that he's got the ability, and we have the line. Now, I haven't seen him rush in the NFL, of course, but if you watch his tape, if that guy gets any opening, he's gone. I mean, and we're going to give him holes. We gave the guys last year huge gaps to run through, and they would do it. Swift hit him when he was healthy and whatnot. I think Jamal did a good job here and there, but sometimes he would miss the holes. He would just run straight. So I think if Gibbs can show that he's got vision, he can find those. He's going to be gone because he's got speed out of this world as well. So you're on to something there. I really hope that he's at least a top rusher up there in his rookie year. That would be amazing. And first pick of the draft for us, high expectations from the fans. You better live up to that. He needs to be a very significant piece this year, and I think that he will be. All right. Okay, I'm not even going to answer that. You can get out of here, Ragu. Wow, Lions fans. Didn't know they had fans. Who are you a fan of? I don't even want to talk to you. You're fine. We can leave him alone. Go on your own way, Ragu, or whoever you are. All right, Braylon. Starling Thomas versus needs to be on the 53-man roster. Okay. There is a lot of people need to be on the 53-man roster, and I definitely think so. As there's going to be a lot of competition there. I think that he makes the 53-man roster. We're going to find out though. He's that is a good point there. We'll talk more about that. I want to come back to that, and that's going to be a segment next week that I'm come back for. So Braylon, come back next week. I want to talk about Starling Thomas. I didn't do anything on him this week, but that is a good point. Yeah, I like what you're just saying there though. But I'm going to move on and talk and let's get into this. This is a little rumor, and I don't know if you guys have heard it, but the Lions are once again linked to a trade with Courtland Sutton. Do you guys think we should make that move? Do you think we should get another wide receiver in here? I know we just got, Antoine Green in the draft. We just signed some guys, undrafted free agents and gave them a good signing bonus. Do you think Courtland Sutton should come to Detroit? I know a lot of people wanted it to happen. If we weren't going to go after Shark, go and get him. But what is Courtland Sutton going to cost? I mean, we're going to have to trade for him. We did pick up a 2025 fourth-round pick for Swift. Maybe they're ready to just get rid of him for anything. If it's a low deal, I don't mind stacking the wide receiver room even more. But we do have Josh Reynolds, Amon-Ra. We have Marvin Jones, Jamison Williams when he's healthy. I think Antoine Green's going to do well. Can't forget about Khalif Raymond. The guy, the undrafted free agent guys, the one out of Oregon and the one out of, Eastern Michigan or Missouri. I forget which one it is, EMU. But either way, we go after Courtland Sutton. Personally, I think we're going to be fine. I wouldn't mind stacking it, but I don't want to give up anything for him. He is a good wide receiver, but he's getting a little bit older. I also, just think that there's other pieces that we could add if we're going to go and trade or pick somebody up. But the Broncos also, and I think, right here, McManus, the kicker, he made a tweet saying the Broncos informed him he was going to be released from the team and more news will be coming out about it. So he's gone. I wouldn't mind picking him up, getting more competition there because we just need the best kicker possible. Badgley didn't do bad for us last year, but I think he could have done better. And we got the guy from the XFL who we just brought in who, he might be the best Romo ever in the NFL. But I think, we pick up McManus too. That would be great. And then we just pick the best out of the three. McManus has a pretty good track record in his kicking career. He can hit bombs. He was in Denver But I think coming and being indoors would help him a lot too. So I'm all for going and getting McManus and over Cortland Sutton as well. So I'm with you there, brand new. And I want to talk a quick story real quick while I'm here. So I coach baseball. And this is kickers. This has to do with the Lions. But I was going to sign my stipend, and I forgot to tell anybody this really. I was going to sign for my stipend that they're going to send out. We get paid for this, whatever. Anyways, the person who I had to sign with at the office saw that I was wearing a Lions hat. They said, "Oh, you're a Lions fan?" I said, "Yeah, of course." They said, "Well, my first cousin is married to a Lion and he played 20 years for the Lions." And I go, "Oh, who's that?" They said, "Jason Hanson." And I said, "Woo! That's a Lions legend, baby." Now, Jason Hanson, I wish we could get a guy like him. But anyways, it was really crazy to have met, I guess, the first cousin-in-law of Jason Hanson and kind of talked about him for a little bit. And he said that, the guy is he's just stone cold. I mean, just he's just a regular person, but he's got that demeanor to be able to be an NFL kicker, just nothing phases him, which is cool to find out. And yeah, got a little insight on the old legend Jason Hanson, who I still sometimes get upset that we give away number 4. Come on, man. Retire that guy's number. He did amazing things for us. But anyways, yeah, okay, I see Braylon Dennis. I'm sticking with Badgley. I don't give a what. I don't give a what y'all think. Hey, I didn't mind him. He did well for the Chargers. He came over. I think that he missed a couple that I thought that he should have made. And I don't think that he has the strongest leg, or at least not that he used to have. I know that there was some big, longer kicks that, Prater days. We were blessed with Prater. I'll tell you that. So I guess I can't compare him to Prater, but I would like to have a kicker who's accurate with a very strong leg as well. So we can, we get 57-yard field goal set up. We're feeling pretty good about it. At least it's got like at least an 80% chance. Like Prater, we line up for a 57. I'm like, okay, we got this. Badgley, I'm like, oh man, come on, put it all in there, Badgley. But yeah, I think that he is a good NFL kicker. He's consistent, and I wouldn't be mad if we stuck with him. But just create more competition, and let's see who the best one is. I know we've done this before, and we've chosen the wrong one, so maybe we do stick with Badgley. But yeah, either way, I think. I don't know much about the XFL kicker. Like I said, I didn't watch XFL, but I don't think you can go wrong with McManus or Badgley. Let him compete. But if we don't get McManus, I don't give a crap either. All right. Okay. I don't have much more to talk about. I do have a little bit more to talk about, but if you got some questions for me, start them flowing right now, and I will get to them for sure. But I want to thank you guys for all being in the comments this week. I love it. You make it fun. You make it interesting. And I'm here every single Tuesday. Usually, this has been a slower, we're in the slow season right now. So I try to come up with as much content as I can. But if I can't, I'm sorry. So just come with questions ready for me. I'll try to answer them to the best of my ability. But all right, let's talk some regular season. We got a lot of love coming into this season, and that is for sure. Louis Riddick is out there going to war for us. I've seen multiple segments of him talking about the Lions. I saw a 5-minute segment of him talking about the Lions and just saying how he thinks we're going to be a monster in this league. I loved big time when he was talking about that last game against Green Bay. He said we mopped Green Bay all over the field. And Ragu, if you're a Green Bay fan, yeah, we mopped Green Bay all over that field. But, I've heard other analysts also giving us praise and saying that, don't be surprised if we beat the Chiefs week 1. But then you got, Colin Cowherd, who he's always against the Lions. I feel like he's been on our side a few times. But he basically said, he thinks the Lions might be a little bit in over their skis here. And I don't know. I like it better when the analysts are against us and we have to come out and prove people wrong because I think we play better that way. But this year, we've got a lot of people behind us. So we have to prove people right this year. And we better do that. This is a team that's always, played with under Dan Campbell with the chip on their shoulder, coming out there, proving that they're worthy of competing with all these other opponents. Well, now you're considered a favorite in a lot of these games. So now we got to learn to play in favor. So and I think we're going to be fine there. But it's just a whole different look for us this year. We're coming out there expected to win the North. We got high expectations. I'm curious to see how we do it. I think we're going to handle them fine. But it does make me a little nervous because we've always been the guys trying to come out and prove that we deserve what we get. But, I do like it at the same time because we've earned it. I think that we're going to continue to earn it. If you want to be Super Bowl champions, you got to live with this kind of media attention. So let's do it. It's time. It's a new regime. It's time to play that favorite role, and it's time to do work and get to the playoffs, get a playoff win, get to the Super Bowl, and win the Super Bowl. That's how I feel. Detroit is America's team. This is Braylon Dennis. Detroit is America's team, not those habitable chokers, the Cowboys. I agree. We are becoming more of a favorite. I would like to say we're America's team. I know a Cowboy fan. I'm not gonna bust him out today. You might be watching. But I think that he's a closet Lions fan, or at least, he's my boy. He's my buddy. But he's always, he's paying attention to the Lions a lot more, as are a lot of my friends. I know that Green Bay, one of my friends who's a Green Bay fan, he's sending me a ton of Lions stuff this year. Like, oh, man, is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? I was like, are you worried? So, I love it. I love it. And I think that we are getting a ton of more attention. We're getting positive attention. We're going to get a good amount of some primetime games this year. And I think we are moving into the direction of America's team. I think if we made it to the playoffs or the Super Bowl, I would hope that most of America would be behind us besides the team that we're playing. I know if I ever watch, like, if the Lions aren't in the Super Bowl and the Browns are there, I'm rooting for the Browns, or, anybody who's been like that. I didn't root for the Bengals, though, when they played against the Rams, but who cares about that? That's another day. That's another talk. But, yeah, going into Arrowhead is going to be tough. So, we got a lot of people who are like, oh, Lions could get them. And I think that we definitely can. But, as long as we compete, we play the whole game tough. It's a close game. I definitely want to win, and I definitely think we can. And I'm going to keep putting it out there that we will. But as long as we compete and it's a close game after week one, I'm feeling good about where we're moving because, Super Bowl champs, it's tough to beat the Chiefs at home. I think they lost one game at home last year. So we can be that loss from this year. And I truly believe we can do it. I'm really excited to see it. It's a long ways away. But, as long as we compete and we show that we're ready to contend with the Super Bowl defending champions, then I think that we all should be feeling good after week one. But I want that win, baby. I want to start off hot. I want that win. All right. Well, if you guys don't have any more questions or anything for me, I'm probably going to get out of here. But Brand New said last time Chiefs lost a home opener was after their previous championship. That's right. And, that's another thing to look at. A lot of these teams come off the Super Bowl hangover, so maybe we can take advantage of that. I don't think that they'll necessarily be looking over us because, we are putting the league on notice now, but maybe they won't be expecting a lot of what we got. I think Ben Johnson will have some tricks up his sleeve. We don't want to put everything out there the first week, but I think that he's smart enough that he'll have something or enough ready for that week to where they'll be caught off guard. They won't have seen us put anything out there yet. So, I trust Ben Johnson to come up with some plays that the Chiefs are going to be surprised by. We're going to put some points out on the board. It would help great if J-Mo was out there right away, but Jahmyr Gibbs got some speed. Our rookies, they're going to come out there and perform. I think we're, a lot of the times in the past, we've gotten really excited for the home opener and we've kind of crapped the bed. I think this is going to be a different year, and I really hope that we catch the Chiefs by surprise, get that first W of the year, because then, then we're looking good. If we can get a W away from the Chiefs at home, that's a huge road win for the season. But all right, everybody, that's going to do it for me today. I had a great time with you. My name is Nick Harkson with Touchdown Detroit Lions over here on Syndicate Sports Detroit. I'm here every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Detroit time, 4 p.m. Central, 2 p.m. West Coast. Until next time, everybody. Peace.